Hello my loves, and welcome to part 2 of my eyeshadow collection video. If you are interested in a video like this, then go ahead and stay tuned. Okay, so a few things I want to address before I get into this. Yes, my hair is purple. Next, I will have a video coming up about that, but I just got bored and I've always wanted to dye my hair a funky color, so here it is. But I did film it, so that'll be up soon. I do have some dye on my head still. And I do have the spot right here did not want to take, I don't know, but, so yeah, so there's that, but yeah, let's go ahead and get into part 2 of my eyeshadow video. Alright, so next I have a palette from here. This is the Festival palette. I got this in a boxy charm, and that's what it looks like. And let's go ahead and get swatching. First we have Free Spirit. Next is Psychedelic. They look almost exactly the same. And last we have Good Vibes. Next we have Peace, Epic, and Gypsy. After those, we have Wild Child, 24 Karat Magic, which is just a pressed glitter, and All Night. Last, we have Hidden Desert, Sunset, and Fireworks, which is another pressed glitter. This one has gold and red. The pressed glitters are okay in this. They're not my favorite. I'm not big on pressed glitters, so it's not my favorite. Next, we have the Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics. Now, this is an all matte palette, and that's what it looks like. Don't think I've actually used this palette before, so yeah. I bought it at Marshall's because I thought I wanted it, and I don't even think I've used it. Alright, so the first color we have is Blow. Then we have Nudie. Can't even see that one. And then we have Commando. Then we have Tempted, Instinct, and Lethal. And those are all cool colors, and then the bottom row is all warm colors, and our first one is Pregame, Extra Bitter, and Faith. Our Lockout, Magnet, pretty, and Blackjack. And there is the Urban Decay Ultimate Basics palette. Next we have the Ace Beauté Scarlett Dusk palette. I received this in a boxy charm, and I did use this one. I only used it a couple of times though. I may have only used it once. That's what it looks like on the inside. And our first color is Sunset Rose, Crimson, and Shade. Then we have Nocturnal. Ooh, that's pretty. Aruba, and Hibiscus. I love this color. It's so pretty. Next we have Lotus, Bahamas, and Maui. That one is super pretty too. And last we have Pink Moon, Aurora, and Sangria. I feel like some of the colors don't show up as vibrant on the skin as they do on the palette. And I think Aurora is a duochrome. have the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Volume 3 palette. I received this one in a boxy charm as well. This is what it looks like on the inside. I'm trying very hard not to blind you because they have very shiny packaging. I have used this one. I think one of these I haven't used. I have 3 of these. Our first one is Escape. Then we have Tiki, which is the only matte-like shadow in here, and it's a satin. And then we have Heatwave. Next we have Malibu, Rays, and Compass. And then our last 2 are Jewel and Treasure. If you are looking for a sparkly nudes palette, this is the palette for you. Our next Tarte palette is the Sizzle palette, and this is my favorite palette. Like, outside-wise, I think it's so stinking cool. And the inside looks like this. So it's kind of like the other palette, except this one's pinkier. There we go. My hair stuck. So it's much pinkier. And again, we only have 3 mattes, and they're actually satins. I actually used this one a lot. Alright, so our first one is Kite Surf. And then we have Snorkel. Oh, I love that one. And then we have Paddleboard. This is one of the satins, as you can see with the... Then we have High Tide. Off Duty, which is another one of the satins. And Sandcastle. It must just be the matte or the Tarte formula that is just so soft. Then we have Starfish and Playa, which is the last satin. Our last Tarte palette is the Be You Naturally palette. Oh, I got this one from a boxy charm, and this one as well. All of these came from boxy charms. This is the Be You Naturally, Be You Naturally palette. This, I believe, was only with boxy charm, but I could be wrong. This one has some actual mattes in it. There's only 4 shimmers in this one, or metallics, or whatever you want to call them. And I feel like it's drier. So our first one, oh, these don't have names either, so they're on the back. So the first one is Sunbeam. This one is Explore. And the last one is Dusk. And you know, it just goes to say, like, I really think this one was only made for boxy charm, and I can tell a difference in the formula. Alright, so next we have Earthy, Tropical, and Crystallized. Which is funny because Crystallized is the one that is matte. And our last 2 are Glacier and Daybreak. So in this one, the mattes are actually mattes. They're not shimmers. And I can tell a difference in the formula in the shimmers. They are not as soft as the other ones. I think they still come out quite as beautiful, but you can just tell a difference in the formula. And on top of that, there is a sticker in the middle, right there, that's over where the names would be. And then they put the names on the back. I'm trying very hard so that you can see this, but you know. Next, I have my 2 Kat Von D Shade and Light palettes. I have the regular one and I have the Glimmer, I think is the other one. Shade and Light Eye Contour palette. Shade and Light Glimmer Eye Contour palette. So the first one is going to be the all matte one. this is what the outside looks like. It's just such pretty packaging. I do love the Kat Von D packaging. It's not Kat Von D anymore though. It's Kindness Vegan Beauty something. I don't know. Do Good. So we have Lattice, Lazarus, and Ludwig. Then we have Samael, Solas, and Lucius. Then we have Celios, Shax, and Libertas, because you know these could not be easy names. And then we have Succubus, Cider, and Latinas. So there is that palette. Just a nice neutral matte palette. I got this one at TJ Maxx. Also, I got them both at the same time. I figured I could use them together. Did I? No. Now for the Glimmer palette. This is what it looks like. I love the writing on the front. It's hollow. And then you open it up. And this, I'm going to hold it upside down. This is what it looks like. Very, very pretty. Not very practical. Like, this thing has a ton of fallout. And it's just wasn't my favorite palette. Our first one is Porcelain. Then we have Dusk and Dune. Oops. Then we have Copper, Bronze, and Sterling. You can't even see Sterling. Then we have Cinder, Onyx, and Glacier. And then we have Rust. Oh, that's gorgeous. Jasper and Quartz. And there is the Shade and Light Glimmer palette. Next, I have my ever-growing collection of Anastasia Beverly Hills. And these I'm going to try doing with my left hand on my right arm. So first and foremost, and I have a cat, so there's cat hair over everything, I have the Subculture palette. There was a lot of controversy with this palette and the Prism palette, which I have. I did buy these both at TJ Maxx after they were discontinued. But I actually really like this palette. A lot of people did not, but I do. So this is what it looks like on the inside. And as you can see, I've used it quite a bit. All right, so our first one is Cube. And that is a really pretty duochrome. Then we have Dawn. And then we have Destiny. Next we have Adorn, which is one I've used quite a lot. Then we have All-Star and Mercury. Next we have Axis, Roxy, a little close, and Electric. And Electric has this weird greeny shift to it, and it's gorgeous. Next we have Fudge, New Wave, and Untamed. And our next two are Edge and Rowdy. And there is the Subculture palette. All right, I'm going back to the other arm. I'm not very good with my left hand. All right, so next we have the Prism Palette, which looks like this. And when you open it up, it looks like this. This one has obviously also gotten a lot of love. So our first one is Lucid, which again is a really pretty duochrome. Then we have Eden and Unity. Then we have Sphinx, Osiris, and Sapphire. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Sphere. Why would that be named Sapphire? Sapphires are blue. Then we have Obsidian, Dimension, and Parallel. Pyramid, Throne, and Saturn. Throne is one of my favorite greens. And our last two are Eternal and Lure. There is. Next we have the Soft Glam palette, which is a staple in many a YouTubers collection. I have not touched this yet, but that is because I have used the knockoff that I had for a very long time, and then I got this. So this is what it looks like on the inside. And I love this palette. I loved my knockoff, so I know I'm going to love this one. It's just I haven't had a chance to use it yet. I haven't even swatched this yet. So first we have Tempera. Then we have Glistening and Orange Soda. So we have Rose Pink, Sultry, and Bronze. I love the shimmers in this palette. They're so pretty. And then we have Mulberry, Dusty Rose, and Fairy. Then we have Burnt Orange, Sienna, and Rustic. I am barely touching these, and I am getting so much pigment out of them. And then we have Cypress Umber and Noir. And that is the Soft Glam palette. I am sure you've seen a ton of swatches of these. And if we're going to talk about soft glam, if we're going to talk about Soft Glam, then we got to talk about the OG, the Modern Renaissance. Now, I was very late to the game when it came to Soft Glam and Modern Renaissance. I didn't actually get them until this Christmas. This Christmas, they had a box set that came in that little guy right there. It's all sparkly and pretty. And I bought that because it was $2 more to buy that than it was to buy one of the singles, one of the single palettes, not singles. So I decided that that was a very good idea, so I went ahead and bought that. So, the Modern Renaissance. Mine's a little dirty, but I don't think... Oh, I have used it. Okay. And that's what it looks like on the inside. And actually, I think I used this more than the dupe that I had. Alright, so again, we have Tempera, which is a repeat from the last one. Golden Ochre. And Vermeer. Blonde Fresco. Antique Bronze. And Love Letter. Cypress Umber. Raw Sienna. And Burnt Orange. Primavera. Red Ochre. And Venetian Red. Warm Taupe. And Religar. Realgar. It's Realgar. That's what the Modern Renaissance one looks like. Our last one, no, this isn't our last one actually. Our last actual assembled palette, which will make sense in a minute, is the Defining the Nudes palette. My niece bought me this for Christmas a couple years back. And that's what it looks like on the inside. And it's just a basic nude palette. You have a row of mattes and a row of shimmers. And the shimmers and the mattes match perfectly. And I've just been going across, so I will get the shimmers first. And these do not have names. And this is the last shimmer. A lot of the mattes are skin tone, so they're kind of hard to see. And there you have the Nudes palette. It's by Style Essentials. I was trying to find a name on there. Alright, and last but not least, and this is going to take a while because this is actually 5 palettes in one. So this is my collection of Natasha Nona palettes. And if I can figure out how, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to stick a picture of each of the palettes in there. I have them separated up into metallics, duochromes, and chroma crystals. Duochromes and chroma crystals, sorry. And then on this side, I have my cream mattes and my cream pigments. So I'm going to start with the smallest group, which is the duochromes, which are right here. I am going to read the name as I swatch them because I'm taking them out as I swatch them. So this one is Blue Dahlia. Oh God, that's gorgeous. Then we have Orion. Those are both minis. I couldn't tell you which palettes they're out of right now. Then we have Pure Love, which is out of the Love palette. Then we have Orium, which is out of the Metropolis palette. And then we have Giving, which is out of the Love palette. And those are duochromes, so they should have a shift. I do see a shift in the one, but not in the others. And Orion. Oh, I see one in Giving also. Alright, next we have our chroma crystals. Our first one is Cosmo. Next we have Stuck. Galaxia. Then we have Passion. Next we have Lifetime. Then we have Helena. And last we have Blaze. And those are the chroma crystals. Last for shimmers, we have our metallics, which make up most of our shimmers. So this is going to take a little bit. Our first one is Linen. Then we have Bellatrix, Pixie, and Industrial. Industrial is pretty. I thought Pixie and Industrial, I know, are off of the mini retro. I also have the mini Star and the mini Lila, I think. I could be wrong. All right, so our first one is Shield. Then we have Noble. And then we have Blind. Then we have Aqueous, Jubilee, and Imperia. Next we have Fuse, Penny, and Rust. Then we have Mace, Crest, and Claret. Then we have Transparent and Queen. And these are all the metallics out of my Natasha Nona palettes. Natasha Nona definitely has my favorite formula. They're very true to color. They're really easy to work with. I really just enjoy them. I feel that I don't need a glitter glue, or I don't even have a glitter glue. An eyelid primer with them. I use one when I want to, but I don't have to use one. It's just, they're really, really nice formula. Okay, my loves, so again, we have another outfit change. No, not again. We have an outfit change. When I was filming the last part of the Natasha Nona mats, which you will not see because I cut it out, I whacked my knee on my vanity so bad that I got an instant wave of nausea and I just wanted to go to bed. So I went and laid down. So yeah, so there's going to be a bit of a jump cut to this part of the video, only because it's a different day now. I had to sleep that off. It was a bit much. All right, so the Natasha Nona mats. Up here we have our cream mats, and then down here we have our cream pigments. These are pure pigments, I believe, so they're a little bit more, there's a little bit more oomph to them. They need a lot more blending. They're a little harder to work with. These are her regular mats. And as you can see, I have from the minis up here, there are no cream mats in the minis from what I've have so far. I have 3 of the mini palettes. There's no cream mats in the minis yet. So let's go ahead and get started with the cream mats. So first we have Flint, then we have Raisin. Oh, that's not very good. Now a lot of these I broke. I don't know what that is. I was trying to get them out of the mini palettes, and they're not as easy to get out of the mini palettes as they are to get out of her regular palettes. There we go. All right, so we have Flint, we have Raisin, and we have Passionberry. Then we have Earth. What does that say? I want to say it says Attic, but it's A-I-T-K, and Vintage Taupe. Then we have 60s, Ripe, and Rhizome. I'm not getting the best swatches because my fingers are not in there the best. Then we have Rope, Trust, and Heartbeat. Next we have Heart, Soul, and Intense. And our last 2 are First and Valentine. There are all the Natasha Nona cream mats that I own. I know that all the red purpley large ones are from the Love palette, and then the orangey ones are from the Metropolis palette. So let's see. Everything from here, these three right here are from Metropolis, and everything else is from the Love. These are from the minis. These two are from the mini. You know what? Is it 3? No. All right. So these two are from the mini retro. And I can't tell you about. I'm pretty sure these are from the mini Lila. These are from the mini Star. Don't quote me on that though. Next we have our cream mattes. I'm sorry, our cream pigments. I can tell you that these two right here, which one is Commitment and the other is Dream. These two are from the Love palette, and then the rest of everything in here is going to be from the Metropolis palette. So we have Enigma, Symbol, Royal, and Troop, Lethal, Azoic, and Antique, Pure, Stain. No, I'm sorry. That is Prism. This is Stain. And there are the cream pigments. And here's part of the reason you can see that they're cream pigments. Like, these stained already. I haven't even had them on my skin that long. All right, so that is the end of my video. I did notice that when I was done filming the other part of part 2 that I had forgot to explain color names. I didn't think I did a very good job doing that in the first part, so I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it out of the second part. My iPad right now is pretty true to color, so I'm not worried about colors coming off wonky. They are pretty true to color right now. I think that's really all I have to say. If you've liked this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you've already given it a thumbs up and you'd like to see more content like this, then go ahead and subscribe down below. And if you've already subscribed and you would like to get a notification every time I post, then go ahead and hit that little bell icon. I hope to see you soon. Take care and stay safe.